when you were talking about the sales manager, this is you know, you need to make that call. You get to call that guy, right? And that's and you bring up a very good point that corporations have built processes out, and it's like, this is what's worked. It's always worked. We're going to keep doing this. But now it's almost like you have to go in and just literally break these guys of their bad habits. How do you guys get into companies and then start talking to them? Is it usually top down? Do you have to work with management to take an overarching approach to this, or can you start bottom up and start maneuvering? What's the best approach for a company to potentially look at?
Who wants to take that one?
Yeah, go ahead, Bill. Doesn't matter.
Go ahead.
Kirsten,
we got a sensitive
now.
topic now. This is good. We're getting to the real core of it.
I can give you my experience has been it's far better to do it where you have top down, where you have that kind of emphasis where they're saying we want to improve effectiveness. Because we do know that the fun stuff is we do have data, statistically reliable and valid data of our own studies that show that companies where an individual not only goes through a workshop or what have you, but then continues with the follow-on activities, their sales will jump anywhere from 4% if they just simply go through a day's training. And we've got the data that says these salespeople that did nothing, heck, they went down or stayed the same. The people that went through the session went up 4 or 5%, but the ones that continued with the follow-on had 19 and 20% increases in revenue with even better gross profit and line counts and such. Wow. So I mean, to start at the top, it's easy to get that ear. What it comes down to to be successful though is those people, the salespeople that are going through it, they have to want it for themselves, because you know, you can have an organization that says, well, here's our new strategy and our new product and our new pricing and our new competitive and such, but the only thing the interesting thing is the only thing that the salespeople can actually control is their own behavior, and it's also probably the key differentiator. So once you get somebody that does want to do it, that's what it hinges on. Is
so what you just said was basically, if people walk through your process, correct me if I'm wrong on this, but you're talking like 4 to almost 20% potential upside in revenue just by breaking some of these habits that these guys have.
Absolutely. Wow. By focusing on the behavioral interface, you can get anywhere from a 4 to 20% bump in revenue by attacking it, and the difference between 4 and 20 depends on how much you put into it. You, the salesperson.
So is this which? I'm putting a plug in for your company. Obviously, is this your company, Don or Bill? Is it both of you guys, or what's? How's that? Where do people call to find out about how they can increase the revenues up to 20%?
Yeah, that's a pretty staggering number.
The multitouchperformance.com.
Okay.
Or you call, because we've got we did the study we did I guess the foundational study was with a company that had 3,500 sales and service reps, and so we had enough people there that we had a control group that did nothing. We had plenty of people in the same. We were comparing apples to apples in terms of markets, and what we saw was the people that simply went through the training for a day, they watched their sales bump up 4 to 5%, 4 to 5 percentage points, I should say.
That is incredible.
And just by doing that. And the ones that volunteered and did the follow-up, if you noticed in the book, things like grabbing stakeholders and practicing feed forward and coaching, the ones that engaged in those, they're the ones who saw their sales go up 19 and 20%. Wow.
Sorry, just to let you know, I love stats. That's why I honed in on that one. I'm stats man.
Rain Man.